Xbox Squad, Xbox Tribe, Xbox Nation, Xbox Universe, Xbox Geeks, Xbox Freaks, what's up with it? Xbox Legion, y'all don't want it. On that beautiful day. Yeah. Hope y'all 5 senses work out there, people, and I hope your health and strength is good. You know what? You Game Pass users are getting spoiled. Too spoiled. But you know what? You earned it. If you were rocking with Xbox since day one, since the original, since the first Halo, and you're still with Microsoft, you earned your reward. Or better yet, like how Jafar said on Aladdin, your eternal reward. So you're playing around. Alright, look. You Game Pass users are getting spoiled, man. Yeah. And I know you Game Pass users are playing Forza Horizon 5 right now, along with Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 3, Forza Horizon 2, and 1. Yeah, the good life. Anyway, you guys are getting spoiled though. Listen to this. Listen to this game that they got coming to Game Pass. It says here, Xbox Game Pass games before we leave. Explained. Before we leave. I hope these indie developers don't come out with a game called Before I Die. That would be funny, but anyway, listen to this. It says here, Before We Leave is one of the newest additions to Xbox Game Pass, and the peaceful, beautiful city builders is definitely worth trying out. So basically, if you like games like, let's see, SimCity, where you build stuff, Minecraft, what's that robot? I think it's Robot Wars. That game that you buy from the store and you build robots and stuff like that. This game is for you, okay? This game called Before We Leave is for you. Anyway, says here, with new games constantly being added to Xbox Game Pass, it can be difficult to keep up. Ain't that the truth? Look, I lost count the amount of games Xbox is getting, man. I lost count. Anyway, it says, huge AAA game launch on Game Pass day one, but a lot of smaller indie titles may not catch players' attentions right away. Game Pass is great for many reasons, but one of the best things about it is how it shines a spotlight on indie titles like the charming city builder Before We Leave, and put them alongside AAA games. It's a great way for indie games to gain exposure and start building a fan base, and it's profitable for both developer and Microsoft. Yeah. Says here, a lot of great indie titles have come to Game Pass in November 2021, and Before We Leave is one of the latest, developed by Balancing Monkey Games. Anyway, it says Before We Leave is a title based on civilization simulators where players are responsible for rehabilitating a population that has spent the last couple of thousand years living underground. In doing so, the civilization must rediscover long-lost technology and defend itself against menacing space whales. Yeah, you Game Pass users are gonna love this. Anyway, says here, Before We Leave is an idyllic city builder where players must manage resource and expand while making sure the population, referred to as peeps, has everything it needs to thrive. However, Before We Leave has some interesting twists that set the world apart. First, the player world is not constrained to one island or even one planet. Player must have dominion over a solar system in a smaller corner of the universe, and several planets work together to make one greater civilization. When building trade route, players have to consider interplanetary needs in addition to traditional ones. You Game Pass users, you're getting so spoiled. Anyway, says before we leave is also centered on discovery, or rather rediscovery. The peeps have lived underground for so long that they regress back to Stone Age and have a lot of ground to make up. As the game progresses, ancient technology is rediscovered and the peeps become more advanced, growing in harmony with the planet they live on. There are the space whales. There isn't a lot of players can do to defend themselves against the planet devouring whales, and they do a lot to set the tone of Xbox Game Pass before we leave. Still, at the end of the day, it's meant to be a cozy game. Oh yeah, people gonna love this. You know, a lot of games on Xbox, a lot of the games on the Xbox have their little groups, have their little cliques, have their little, yeah, that's how it is on Xbox. See, we don't talk sales around here, man. We got our little communities and groups and cliques in our games, man. Anyway, it says there are some treats in before we leave, but it isn't like Banish or Frostpunk were leaving the game unattended for a few minutes, result in catastrophic. Before we leave does require some strategy, and players will experience setbacks as a result of the space whales. But it is mainly a beautiful and peaceful game that shouldn't cause a load of stress. For example, if Peeps runs out of food, they don't start dying off. They simply stop working until they have sustenance. Oh my God. Says here, Balancing Monkey Games is a small developer based in Dunedin, New Zealand. Wow. Alright. Its state's mission is to create accessible and inclusive games that give back to local and global communities. As the company grows, Balancing Monkey hopes to give back by supporting environmentalism and diversity, both in and outside the game industry. It's definitely an indie developer worth supporting. So anyone interested in city builders or space whales should give before we leave a try. And then it says here, the art style rivals many city builders out there, and the interesting premise make it stands out. Before we leave doesn't reinvent the genre, but it certainly holds its own. No further project have been confirmed for Balancing Monkeys games, but the team is still making updates to before we leave. Right now the game is only available on PC and Xbox consoles, but the team may consider porting to other consoles in the future. Yeah, the Wii U would have benefited, especially with that tablet, and then building your cities and stuff like that. Anyway, so the game, it says before we leave, is available on PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. You Game Pass players, man, are getting spoiled, man. But if you were with Microsoft since day one, through the ups and downs, thick and thin, this is your reward, man. You know, that's what you call loyalty, and there's benefits to being loyal. Yep, there's a whole lot of benefits in loyalty. There's plenty of benefits being loyal. I wish a lot of you people would know that, but hey. Anyway, Xbox adds another game to its library, to its everlasting library that keeps on growing. Game Pass. Yeah. So yeah, these Game Pass players, man, they're getting spoiled, and they're getting treated with royalty with the games they're getting, man. So yeah, if you're a city builder, this game is for you. If you're into building things, this game is for you, man. And enjoy. Yeah, you know, Microsoft is making sure that their player base is being covered. Whether you have games with gold, or whether you have just Game Pass, or you got both, you know, so they got you covered, man. You know, so and then there's those publisher deals inside the Microsoft store, man. Yeah, Xbox players are getting taken care of, man. They're having fun right now. I know they are. So yeah, this game looks really interesting, man. See, you're just building, you know, populate a planet, a city, or man. Yeah, a lot of players are gonna love this game. And it's gonna and plus the company's gonna give back, you know, which is nice of them too. So yeah, they you know, companies that are small, you know, they will grow, you know, based on the player base too, you know. So yeah. But other than that, man, this game's look very promising, looks fun, and to all you Xbox players out there, enjoy. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing for Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.